Hello everyone, this is Captain Dave with Simple Plan Trucking. We're here with my good friend Brandon, also a driver with Prime. He happens to be in Springfield today. He just got a replacement truck. You want to tell that story of what happened real quick?
Yeah, so we're on our way home for home time, and we're on our way to get our last load to get home, and we took a side road to go get we're essentially kind of taking a shortcut. Traffic was at a dead stop, and it said it was going to be about hour and 45-minute wait, and so we were going to jump over to a state highway, and we got sideswiped by a dump truck and kind of put us out of commission. And so we're here in Springfield right now, and hopefully by, let's see, I don't know, the next day or two we'll be in a new 2023 Pete.
Right.
So I'm pretty excited for that.
So I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute, but I met Brandon, I guess, a couple months ago when we were both happened to be in Springfield, and we're both on the Discord channel, and we just met and said, hey, you want to get together and have dinner? And we did. We hit it off, and he teams with his wife as well, and you know, as I'm going to be teaming with Brooke, so I really wanted to do an interview. I try to find couples that truck together so that I can just kind of get their story and see the pros and cons about what it's like driving with your spouse full time. And it's pretty new for them still. They're still finding their way. His wife is still in TNT, and as you know, Brooke is in PSD now, and she'll be training with you soon for her TNT. But yeah, we were sitting in the cafeteria a few minutes ago, and he showed me a picture of the truck that was sideswiped by a dump truck, and it could have been horrific. It was, you know, God was really looking out for you because you know, his wife was asleep in the back, and her head was facing toward the driver's side, which was the side that got hit. So probably because of the speeds of both of the trucks, it just kind of dented in the side of the truck, and it did break the glass in the window behind the driver's side, but she wasn't hurt, thank God. She's here with us. She's not on tape right now. She's not on video, but she's going to join us hopefully on another video. So, yeah, what got you into trucking?
Well, a long time ago, I actually wanted to be a truck driver. You know, growing up, we would travel a lot, and you'd see the old long noses with all the chicken lights and everything, and you'd see them at night, you know, when we were traveling. And, you know, I always thought, man, that's the coolest thing in the world.
Really?
And yeah, and about 2010, 2011, I was thinking about going to community college. Our local college had a trucking school, and right when I went to go apply, they closed it.
Oh, okay.
And so fast forward a bunch of years, a friend of mine who used to work for me, where I used to work before at a car dealership, he used to drive truck. He took some time off for some family things, and he decided, you know what, I'm going to go back into trucking. And he called me up, I think it was 2019. He called me up and he goes, hey, can you come pick me up in Pittston? I'm like, okay. Me thinking, you know, Pittsburgh. I'm like, that's,
Right,
you
yeah,
know.
you told me that.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
like 4 or
remember.
5 hours, no big deal.
Uh-huh.
And so I go, I ask if I can leave work early. They let me leave an hour early. And I go and I put in my GPS and it says 10 hours. And I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't right because I work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay. I call him, I'm like, you said Pittsburgh, right? And he said, no, Pitts in Pennsylvania. He's like, it's like 700 miles. I'm
On
like,
the east side of Pennsylvania.
right.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, well, let me see if I can get someone cover me. So I did. And so I go, I pick him up. Prime actually paid for my hotel room. And mind you, I'm not an employee. I work for someone else at this time. And I pick him up. We're driving back. I start getting tired, and I notice that my depth perception starts getting off. And I said, why don't you go ahead and drive now? You know, and after he drives for a bit, I rest, and I start driving again. He goes, you should come team with me. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you should come drive with me.
Right.
I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. That might kill my marriage. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I don't want. You know, I'm happily married. I don't want that.
Right.
And he goes, okay, I understand. So months go by. He's like, hey, you should come drive. He kept encouraging me.
Yeah.
Hey, come drive. You'll love it. I know you love driving. You know, I go, you know, even before I came here, I'd drive, you know, 30, 40,000 miles a year, and I work 2 miles from work.
Oh, wow.
You know, so it's not
enjoyed it.
I enjoy driving. And so I go, let me think about it. And so I start thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? If I went and drove with him, get the license, you know, maybe my wife could come and drive with me, and we could just team and travel. And
Sure.
and so we looked into it. We looked into, you know, what Prime paid and what the benefits were and things like that. And, you know, especially with the program that they have where you can get your CDL here, that helped out a lot. And so that's what we went towards.
Right.
And so we started that in July last year, and here I am now, and I'm doing her TNT, and you
That's
know,
awesome.
it's all moving forward now.
What a great story. So much the same as Brooke and I, this was a plan that you guys put together as a team.
Yes.
Because I can tell you, I wouldn't want to drive unless I could do it with my wife. You know, it works for some folks to drive and go home every once in a while and visit their wife or their kids, but that wouldn't work for me. So for me, I had to have that buy-in from her ahead of time before I left my other job and said, hey, I'm going to go try this trucking thing that you're going to follow me here in a few months. And it sure as heck has worked out for us. And it has for you guys too, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, even, you know, she said the first 6 months, especially once I got on my own, was pretty hard, you know, because she's not used to me being away. Thankfully, a long time ago, you know, when we first started dating, I worked summers in northern Michigan, and so I would be gone for about 3-4 weeks at a time.
Okay.
So I think that really played into a lot. But, you know, this obviously was different because now I'm gone 4, 5, 6
Yeah,
weeks at a time, you know, and she wouldn't get to see me, you know, and obviously I wouldn't get to see her,
Right.
you know, and so, but I told her every time I go home, I'm like, we're almost there. We're almost
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
We're 5 months away. We're 4 months away. We're 3 months away. We are there. It's
You've
time
heard some
to
of
go.
that, haven't you, Brooke?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I've had the same discussions. So
You know.
it is a process, isn't it?
It is.
And you reach one step and then another step. First you got your PSD, then you got your TNT, then you started driving, and at some point it was time for her to come in and join you, right?
Yep.
And so now she has finished PSD and she's on your truck
Yep.
as a student. You
Yep.
are doing her TNT training,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
How's that going?
It's going good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going good. And I did start her PSD, but with weather and some other factors, and the March 7th change, we got cut short, and so I wasn't able to finish it, unfortunately. But we knew that coming into it that there was a chance that would happen. But you know, the guy that trained me, he's previously trained for 5 years before coming to Prime with another company. And his trainer has trained here at Prime for like 6 or 7 years, and I have both of them to kind of lean on
Oh, great.
for support if I need help with anything. You know, and the biggest thing is you know, to treat the other person like a human. And even though she's my wife, you know, even though, as many married couples know, you get kind of heated and you'll argue over stupid little things. You do kind of have to dial it back. Remember, hey, that person is still learning.
Right. I think, you know, we haven't done it yet, but we joke all the time about what it's going to be like when we're in that role where, you know, I tell people all the time that I told Brooke, I says, you have to do whatever I say when I'm your TNT trainer. And she says, well, okay, I'm going to do that. But you know that when I finish TNT, it goes right back to the way that it's supposed to be, right? I said, yes, ma'am, I sure understand that. So it's going to be a challenge for us, I know, because the dynamic is certainly different when it's your wife than when you would be training to someone that you don't know very well.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And I just finished my TNT training with Jacob from JDQ Transportation. Great guy, had a great experience, but I can tell you that I was looking forward to getting off of his truck and coming, you know, it's the miles were over, it was time to finish and come in and start the next chapter to get a truck.
Yep.
And then get Brooke on the truck with me. So we've got, she's probably got another week or so till she tests, and then I'll upgrade, get my truck, then I'll take the trainer course, and then we'll be headed out as well. So what are the plans for the future? I mean, how long do you think you'll do this?
We've talked about it. I think our plan with her is probably 3 to 5 years. And if I still continue to love it, which I have a feeling I will,
Yeah.
I'll still do it here and there. We've got some stuff on the back burner that we've been working on and working towards to where I wouldn't need to drive nearly as much.
Right.
And so hopefully, you know, that will become concrete, and I won't have to do that nearly as much. And, you know, we can both kind of work from home if need to, or work local or something I still
there's-
want to drive over the road. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So
There's there's a little difference in our ages. I mean, you're young.
Yeah.
And so who knows how things could change? Are there possibly kids in the future?
we want to get some stuff concrete first. You know,
Okay.
we want to. It definitely is a plan.
Yep.
But we want to make sure everything is in order.
But that's a possibility for
Yes.
down the road,
Yes.
right? So, it's fantastic that you're doing this now when it's just the two of you, because it'd be that much harder when there are young kids later on. I say that all the time. I give a lot of respect, and I just don't know how some of these men or women do it, where they come out and drive and they only go home once a month or once every 6 weeks or something when they have kids at home.
Yeah, we
But,
kind of want to work hard, play later.
I hear you. I hear you. I
That's
think
what our plan is.
That's a fantastic plan. So today you're here. You're having some more things. I think you said you're going to have a deer guard put on the truck.
Hopefully, yeah, I got to see if they have one.
Okay.
There wasn't one on there, and I remember I overheard someone else say that they were waiting on one. So I'm not 100% certain on that. So we'll see.
And you do not have a YouTube channel, right?
I do not.
But is there any way that folks could reach out to contact you if they wanted to talk to you about
Yeah, it
anything
would
or had
be-
questions?
Yeah, it would be Brandon Black on Instagram or Brandon Black on the Discord. So
Yeah, I encourage you to join our Discord channel. We'll include a link to it on the video so anyone that's not on it can join up. It's a great forum for you to get to know other people, not just for Prime, but in the trucking industry, where you can get questions answered and learn more about the business. So that's really all I have for right now. Did want to take the opportunity, though, to talk to Brandon and hopefully get his wife on the channel next time. She's watching over there, just taking it all in. But another couple that's making it work here at Prime and making their dreams come true. I think they're just on the cusp, hopefully just like we are, of making some fantastic money and have some real good experiences. So look forward to seeing you down the road, hooking up to
Definitely.
eat on the road. We'll
Definitely.
connect out there, and I guess just got to close with what you hear all the time, right?
right.
Go Brandon. This is Captain Dave with Simple Plan Trucking. Thanks for joining us. If what I said today brought value to you, please ring the bell, consider subscribing to my channel. Always take care of those that you love and keep your plan simple. The work isn't always simple, but the plan should be. Take care, and we'll talk to you again soon.